So Samsung is joining forces with iFixit to launch a repair program. So this is great. You know, iFixit, of course, a major player in the right to repair movement. They've been providing parts and guides for many years at this point. I have an iFixit Pro Tech toolkit or whatever it's called, and it's fantastic. One of the best sets of tools I've ever bought. So super great. iFixit, fantastic partner for such companies as Samsung, Google, for example. Now, this is a pretty good, interesting trend that's going on, because the thing is, Samsung actually wanted to join up with iFixit way back in 2017, but that sort of fell apart. But it seems they were sort of pressured into it a little bit this time, as you know, Apple has been working on the right to repair stuff. You know, mostly they just got to do it for the image, you know, like eco-friendly, you know, because these companies obviously don't really want you to repair your devices because they just make more money if they sell you a new device. But it seems Samsung felt a little bit of pressure from Apple and Google also recently joining iFixit. So it's great we are getting some Samsung parts now. This is far from being perfect. You can only get the parts for some of the very new devices, and you can't even get that many parts. So specifically, you can get the back glass charging port, okay, but then you can only get a combination of the display assembly. So you can see the price right here. So you get basically the display, metal frame, bezel, battery. You get all of this stuff in one, which of course isn't perfect. If you know, just literally crack your display, you have to buy like half a phone that you don't really need, which is not optimal. But I mean, this is just the start. You know, we can't really expect too much at this point, because the way Samsung's supply chain has been set up for these devices, they probably won't really focusing on the fact that they're also going to be providing parts to iFixit, you know. So with newer devices coming out, they can sort of modify the supply chain a little bit more, so there's just more parts available, so that just sort of flows better, you know. This is just a very early thing that like just happened. You know, I believe you can only get parts for like 7 Samsung devices so far, which, you know, obviously isn't a lot, and Samsung does launch a lot of new devices each year, and you know, these are all newer devices, so older devices, which you would like actually need parts for, aren't available. But you know, going forward, this is pretty cool to see, you know, joining another win in right to repair, and hopefully throughout the years this sort of relationship continues. Hopefully more parts become available, because I mean, I'm still on my Samsung Galaxy S8, right? Like, it's still a great phone, you know. The battery, getting a quality battery is pretty hard. The battery that I have in here is actually from iFixit, and it's the best one I got so far, because I bought like 3 batteries before that. So very nice that, you know, phones are getting this treatment, so they don't just become literal e-waste after like 2 to 4 years just because their battery is like really burnt out, or if their display is cracked or stuff like that. You know, it's great for the environment, it's great for our wallets as well. So big W for Samsung.